Hello and welcome back to another video. So as you guys know, I release these top 10 or top 5 videos every once in a while, and I believe I released one last year for 2022, and I figured it was just about time to release one for 2023. There's been quite a couple servers started since the last video, as well as quite a couple servers that have gotten more popular, as well as more developed since the last video as well. So I thought I would take some time today, go over a couple of them, and maybe get you guys into either starting on Red Dead Redemption 2 RP, or just maybe interested in checking out some new servers. Also, I have made a video in the past, if you want to check that out, it'll be in the top right now, about how to actually set up your RedM. So if you're looking to try and get into this for your first time, I have a video as well kind of going over how to do that. So be sure to check that out if you are new to Red Dead RP as well. Now with this video, of course, there are going to be timestamps, as well as if you scroll along the timeline of the video, you should be able to select different portions if you do want to just skip around and check out the different RP servers. Now, also in this video, I am not going to be going super in-depth into any of them, as of course, I can't go on these servers and spend 20, 30, 40 hours getting a real feel for the server, so all the opinions in this video are going to be mostly from word of mouth, server reviews, as well as me just being in the RedM community for a while, and kind of hearing over time the best servers, as well as the ones that may have some problems, some pay-to-win aspects, or are just not going to be good fits to recommend as servers at the moment in their current states. But what I have done is compiled a list of quite a couple servers, as well as the reasons that you might want to join one over another, as well as kind of their main aspect that will draw people towards it, and of course be the reason that you might want to join the server yourself. Now, originally when I made this video, it was going to be a top 10 video, but after looking for quite a while, there really aren't a ton of good quality Red Dead Redemption 2 RP servers out there that maintain stable populations, as well as of course don't have any of those aspects that I would not want to recommend to any of my viewers. So today we're going to be going over 7 of them. I know it says top 5 in the title, but of course top 7 in the title doesn't look as nice. So we're going to be starting off the whole list with, of course, the server that I primarily play on, that I've been playing on for over a year and a half, and that is going to be Goldrush RP. Alrighty, so again, the first server we're going to be talking about is Goldrush RP. Now, just to give some basic stats for the server, of course, this is a fully public server. All you gotta do is join the Discord, react to a role, and you're able to just join the server right off the bat with 265 slots, and those slots being almost constantly full, which is amazing, of course, for the server population. But if you do want to get into the server, it might be worth investing into priority, as it is kind of hard to get into the server at some peak hours, which may draw some people away. But trust me, if you get in, it is worth it. Again, I've been playing on this server for the last year and a half, and I've only had nothing but amazing RP 99% of the time, especially with it being a public server. It's crazy to see how much the server has grown the last year and a half, and how much the RP has stayed at a constant level of high quality. Something else I want to definitely disclose while making this is I am currently partnered with Goldrush, although this is my honest opinion of the server. Again, I've been playing on the server for over a year and a half, only recently got partnered with them, but it's honestly been a ton of fun, and I definitely recommend the server out. It's great for people looking to get started. The community is super helpful and nice, and it's definitely one that I'm happy to be a part of. They're also constantly updating and upgrading the server. They have tons of jobs from pretty much anything you can think of. You can become a rancher, a horse breeder, a horse trainer. You could become a sheriff, maybe a lawman, a criminal, a blacksmith, a gunsmith. You can even start a whole oil business, obviously just mining oil from the ground, processing it, and selling it to various gunsmiths and blacksmiths. Just a regular old miner or a farmer. You can go out hunting, you can work at a restaurant, or even run one. Yes, the server also has player-owned businesses, as well as a variety of player-owned houses as well. So you're able to own pretty much any business on the whole entire server, and you know, if you want to create your own business, they are very open to that, and I've seen quite a lot of businesses open up from my time on the server that are very unique, and honestly, a lot of these places provide some amazing RP and some very unique experiences. And I would know, again, I have almost, I think, 150 episodes now on the server from both 1.0 as well as 2.0. If you want to go check those out and get a feel for the server, feel free to go check out either one of the playlists. I have both of them in the description as well. There are also a long list of both criminal and lawful activities from pretty much anything you can think about, from train robberies to bank heists to store heists to maybe even growing some swamp herb, processing that and selling it off to locals. There's a huge criminal and drug system as well, and if you're not even into that, there is also a ton of legal jobs and a ton of ways to progress as previously mentioned. And honestly, the RP again on the server is top tier, and the reason that I keep playing on it pretty much daily, and I've been addicted for the last year and a half. Definitely, again, a server that I'd like to recommend, and one that I have the most experience with, and honestly, in all that time, I have definitely enjoyed my experience on Goldrush RP, and recommend it to anyone looking to try out a new server. The next server we're going to be going into is one that was recently released and brought out of its alpha stage, and that is going to be Ranch RP. Alright, so talking about Ranch RP, starting off, the server actually released quite recently and was actually developed, in my opinion, quite fast, but from what I've heard both from people playing on the server as well as checking out the server for myself for a little bit, I do have a video checking out the server if you want to check out a little bit more of an in-depth review on Ranch RP. But from what I've seen, it's honestly a pretty amazing server. They have a ton of super unique scripts, and they're constantly updating the server and seem like they have a very nice community. It is a public server, and there is 240 slots. Now, these slots usually don't get fully filled up, although during the peak hours you can see quite a small queue. But again, it is a pretty easy to get in server if you are looking for one that is quite populated as well as not too hard to join and get into. There is also a wide range of features, both illegal and legal. On the legal side, more including a wide range of different businesses such as gun stores, blacksmiths, saloons, general stores, ranches. There's also a ton more jobs to do on the illegal side, including farming and hunting, gathering, gold panning, mining, and more. Either way, there is definitely a ton to do on the server and a ton to explore, and of course a ton of new people to meet. I definitely recommend checking them out, and if you want a little bit more of an in-depth look, I have made a video which will again be put in the top right of this. If you want to go check that out, get a little bit more info on Ranch RP, feel free to do so. Again, another great server I definitely recommend, and it's definitely worth checking out. Next though, we're going to be moving on and talking a little bit about Wild RP. So, starting off with Wild RP, this server is going to be for the people that are looking for a very in-depth RP experience. It's definitely not for everyone, and they have a very strict rules that you have to follow to a T, or you'll of course be punished for it. It is a very strict server, as said before. They have a very hard whitelist to get into, so again, this is a server you only want to go for if you're looking for the absolute top-notch RP. They are, again, a little bit of a lower population server just because of how hard it is to get into. Again, you have to make a whole entire whitelist process. I believe you have to also add in your voice if you want to have a voice for your character, and quite a couple other things. And from what I've heard, the whitelist application process is very hard and very hard to get through. But if you do, I have heard that this server hosts some of the best RPers around and people that are very dedicated to it. I believe some of the big YouTubers such as Vertigo has played on the server before and also made quite a bit of videos over there, and I know quite a lot of people are quite interested in it. But of course, this is a server only if you're looking for a super strict one. They seem to have tons of the normal features that most of the Red Dead servers have out there, but again, their main draw is the super high level of RP. And again, as I said, that goes along with that, there is very strict rules, so you got to make sure that you're following those exactly as they're mentioned and not breaking any of them in almost any way, which can be a little stressful. But again, if you are more of an experienced RPer and you're looking for a more in-depth RP experience, this is definitely the server for you. Now, thankfully, once you do get into it and you do finally pass that very hard whitelist process, the server is almost never full because of it, although they do seem to have a reasonable population of 60 to 100 people on it most times. And again, these people that are on are all going to be super high quality RPers, so it is nice to know that each and every person you interact with has obviously spent a lot of time working on their application and most likely a lot of time developing their character as well as the voice for that character as well, and are sure to make sure you're immersed immersed, and of course, having a really unique RP experience. All in all, I definitely recommend the server, and I also definitely recommend if you are more interested and want to learn a little bit more, check out some of Vertigo's videos. He's made quite a bit on the server, and they're very entertaining as well, so make sure to go check out Vertigo. I'll put his channel in the description as well. He made a bunch of videos on Wild RP, and it really showcases the server as well as the RP quality on it. And with that, again, definitely recommend checking out the servers. It's definitely not for everyone, but if you're looking for a more in-depth and more high-quality RP experience, I definitely recommend checking out Wild RP. And with that, let's move on to the next server. So the next server we're going to be talking about is Dakota River Bend. Now this is almost like the opposite of Wild RP in the sense this server was actually specifically made and the server specifically run for more beginner RPers and for a more casual RP experience. It has a 200 slot capacity as well, so plenty of room for plenty of people, and always hovers around the 150 player mark, some days being a little bit more and some days being a little bit less. Again, as I said, it's a great server for beginners as it's a bit more tailored towards the casual RP. They actually encourage people to join and have characters that are basically themselves but from 1899. Honestly, it seems like a super welcoming community. Again, it's amazing if you're looking to get started but are still new to RP in general and looking for a place that people aren't going to judge you too harshly, and you're going to be able to learn at your own pace and not be too stressed out having to do a crazy accent or having to do some kind of crazy character. You can just kind of hop in, be yourself as if it was 1899, and really just learn the whole RP and learn it as a whole. Again, this is the main reason I figured I'd put this server on the list, is because not many servers really cater to the more casual RP or the more beginner RP experience. And I figured it was very important to put on this list for people that are again looking into getting started on RedM, or they really haven't had too much RP experience in the past. This would be a great way for you to start out. Now, the whole premise of the server is that the current owner of the server, Austin BMX, his channel will be in the description as well, was fed up with obviously Red Dead Online and all of the griefers and obvious issues you run into with it, and wanted to make a place not necessarily focused on strict RP, but wanted to be a place to be more of a balanced, more enjoyable experience, and for a place with people who are fed up with the obvious issues that Red Dead Online has, and a place for them to kind of be able to call home, kind of have their fun there, do whatever they'd want to do as normal Red Dead Online, but instead of dealing with all of the issues with it, be able to be in a nice environment. Of course, there is going to still be some RP, there are still going to be some rules, but again, it is a way more casual environment, made more for playing with your friends, and of course, having some really cool experiences together, and not having to constantly worry about griefers or crazy people doing this and that in your online session. Definitely recommend it, and it's a really cool concept, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Now, the next server we're going to be talking about is Syn County. So, obviously for the first two servers, both Goldrush and Ranch, those are both general servers that are super nice to get into if you're into RP, you're looking for a good RP experience, and of course some cool scripts, but just more general RP servers. Now, Wild RP is obviously a little bit more on the strict side. Dakota is a little bit more for beginners, and the thing of Syn County is, it seems from again what I've heard, word of mouth, reviews, and just from talking to people in general, is that one is a more crim focused server. So if you're looking for a more crim focused server, Syn County seems to be the one to go to. They have a 290 slot server, which is also a huge amount of cap, with usually around 160 to 200 players, of course getting quite a bit more than that during the peak hours and quite a bit less during the quieter ones. It is allow listed as well, so you don't have to do any whitelist application. You're able to just join their Discord, accept their rules, and join the server. It does sound like, from again listening to what people have said about it, a bit harder to start out, but once you find some good groups, it sounds like there's definitely some good RP to be found. Although, because the server is allow listed and the server's not almost constantly full, you may run into some griefers here and there. It is unfortunately just the thing with public servers or servers that are just allow listed. It is hard to weed out those people, but I believe over time they definitely can. And from what I've heard, it has definitely been worked on quite a bit, and of course the population a bit more stable at the moment. Again, definitely recommend it if you're looking for a more crim focused server. The server also released, I believe, last year in 2022, so if you're looking for a server that's still kind of starting up and getting on its feet, although it has been around for quite a bit, it sounds like it's now getting to a good point. Definitely recommend checking out Syn County. And with that, we're finally going to move on to our last two servers. So these next two servers are going to be ones that are quite a bit less populated, as well as quite a bit newer servers for the RedM community, and these ones are going to be ones more that you might want to join if you're just getting started and looking for a place that isn't too established yet, with all the businesses already being owned, all the stories kind of already being started, and a lot of the stuff already being created. If you're looking for somewhere that's still a little bit in development, you want to see grow and develop, and also maybe start off with something on your own before anyone else takes it, these next two ones might be for you. I'm going to go through the next two ones a little bit faster than the other ones, just to give you kind of like a general overview of both of them, as of course they are both newer servers and are going to have most of the features that most of these other servers have, but are also working on quite a couple unique ones both on their own that I might also mention as well. But again, these next two servers we're going to go through real fast. So again, we're going to be starting off with Gilded RP. This is a bit of a newer server I heard about from some friends a couple months ago, and I figured I would finally put it into a video, as I've heard some pretty good stuff from them. Again, they are still very much in the beginning of their development, but it seems like they're doing quite a bit and doing quite well at it. Now, they have a 260 slot server, with normally having around 60 players during the off hours, and with some of the more popular days even them hitting their peak of 260 slots. Again, that's not an everyday thing, but if you're looking for a server that most of the time it's going to be pretty joinable, Gilded RP might be the one for you. If you're not looking to wait or have to buy priority or wait in a queue or anything, this might be a server that is populated but not too populated where you can't get in, and might be the one for you. They also boast a wide variety of the usual features found on most Red Redemption 2 servers, as well as some more unique ones such as a Saint Denis tram, some really cool backpacks, a lot of different ways to gold pan that you won't really see on any server. I also saw that they're working on custom assets for consumables, which again is a pretty small thing, but I haven't really seen it done on any server, so I figured I'd mention that. It seems that the server offers a ton of features. I really definitely recommend checking it out, or even joining their Discord. I think in their sneak peeks channel, I was looking in there a little bit earlier. There's a ton of really cool features that they're both working on and that have been implemented already. Definitely, if you're a little bit more interested in Gilded, make sure to head over there. Their community also seems super welcoming, so be sure to ask any questions you got there as well, or in the comments section below. Again, I'm going to try my best to answer them as best as I can, but again, I wanted to keep these last two servers in the list a little bit shorter, just to kind of give you guys a basis of why you might want to join that server. So again, let's move on to the last server of the list, and that would be Western Skies RP. Alright, so starting off again with Western Skies RP, this one's going to be quite short, as this is more of an honorable mention than anything. I was doing a lot of research the past couple days, of course, to find the best RP servers out there for you guys, and pretty much all of them, of course, have a good amount of positive and negative ratings on the RedM rating system, which is always not the most reliable system either, for sure. But while I was going through and just looking at a bunch of servers, this was one of the only ones I've seen with consistently only positive reviews. Yes, there may have been one or two negative ones, but overall, this is one of the few servers out there that had pretty much only positive reviews about the server, as well as it just seeming like a fun place to be. It seems like it very recently opened up as well this year, so it seems like one of those servers, as I mentioned before, that is brand new and kind of starting out. So if you did want to check it out, it seems like they do have a lot of features. Again, I didn't want to go too in depth with this one since I didn't have a ton of information, but I figured it'd definitely be worth just a quick mention at the end of the video if you are again looking for just a brand new server to try and figure out and I guess start your story on. This might be it if you are again looking for a brand new one. But with that, I think it's pretty much going to be about it for the Western Skies RP server. I also think that's going to be about it for this video. Hopefully it's helped you in some way find a new place that you want to call home. Again, I spent quite a bit of time looking for a lot of different servers, trying to find the best ones out there. Found the best top 5 for you guys, with another 2 ones at the end that were worth mentioning as well. So again, hopefully this has helped you find your new potential home in Red Dead Redemption 2 RP. And if so, as always, make sure to leave a like on this video. And as always, ask any questions you have in the comments. I'm happy to answer them as much as I can, and if you have any questions about any specific server, I'll try and do some research for you, so feel free to ask in the comments section below. Pretty much any question you have that was not answered in this video, I'm happy to try and get them for you. But again, that's gonna be about it. If you guys did enjoy, as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.